Good morning, everyone. I went to church today and I'm happy to see that there's been no flooding in our area and no damage in our area. Some places have been really badly hit and it's sad to see all the damage, but these types of incidents it's not something that's new to Toronto. We have them. We had one 5 years ago. We had one 10 years ago. We get these flash floods that come up in the city, and our city is not really prepared to deal with them. And they try to make efforts, but you never know when they're going to hit. So it was good to be indoors and to be out of it. And people are idiots. Sometimes you see them and they drive the car right into the water. I mean, there were warnings issued well in advance to stay off the roads, not to drive in certain areas. They did it on purpose because they're rich. They can just go and claim insurance, get a new car, replace it. And people took videos laughing as they're driving in the water. You can see all the videos on YouTube. So it's unfortunate because those of us who have very little and are scraping to get by, we never have the opportunity and we would never do something like that. It's the stupidity of what they're doing. And it really hurts. It hurts those of us who are trying to get into good jobs, to get into positions of responsibility, and we can't get them. But people who are idiots, who are ruining lives, who are ruining their cars, ruining everything for others, they are the ones that are having all the high-powered jobs. Even the police said the car is not a boat. Obviously, if you drive in the water, the engine's going to flood. Do you think it's a boat that you're going to drive in it and it's just going to keep going? I mean, it's the stupidity of it. It really and truly is. And when I tell people, people don't believe me. They make a big joke out of it, including my mom. And then the family coordinate it and they hurt me. Just like they did on those calls at Teleperformance. Oh, your mom is only joking. Well, it's not a joke. They have no respect for me as a spiritual director, no respect for what I've accomplished, nothing. When my mother was living in Zimbabwe, I used to get text messages almost every day from my dad's cousin saying, what are you people doing? Or emails, what are you people doing? Take your mom, she can't stay here. Things are hard for everyone. When I used to tell my mom, she used to say, you are the problem. Everybody's happy with me. Uncle Cyril likes me living with him. I said, you know what? You've been doing this from the time I was a little girl. I'm telling you that he's putting pressure on me to take you to Canada and you're not listening. For all these years that you told me you don't want to come to Canada, you don't want to come to Canada, you don't want to go and live with Anita, I acknowledge it. Anita took her frustration out on me. Now Uncle Cyril's taking his frustration out on me. Uncle Marcus is taking his frustration out on me. All of them are taking their frustration out on me and you making a big joke out of it. And she's like, you are the problem. And that's what she does. That's what my mother does, and she's done it from the time I was a little girl. When my grandmother used to go and take money from the till, she used to say to her, Mommy, you can't take money from the till. That was her business. I told her, I said she didn't want to go to America. She's like, no, she did. I said, no, she didn't. I said, you were hurting her because there was no food in the house. We would be sitting at home crying because we didn't have food to eat, and the shelves were full in the shop there. Tinned beef, sardines, rice, mealie meal, everything was full in the shop, and you made a big joke out of it and left us there with no food. And she's like, you always got something. I said to her, you know what, Mom, I'm tired of it. That's why when I went to Bulawayo, she was happy. Because from young, I took care of the family. I did my dad proud, and they hurt me. And they're still doing it. That's why I can't get into a good paying job. Because when I tell people, people don't believe me. Or they turn around and say, she said it. Just like what happened with Eddie and Eric and all of them, who made a big joke out of my hurt and out of my feelings and out of my saying no to him. That's what keeps happening over and over and over, because they all make a big joke out of it. My being a spiritual director is not a joke to me, and my faith is not a joke to me, and what everybody's done to me is not a joke to me. And my dad's cousin told me, don't say anything about the family. I said, no, I'm going to. I said, if it helps me and it helps my employers to understand what I'm going through and what I had to go through to get to this point, to graduate, to get even a minimum wage paid job, I am going to tell them. And if you don't like it, that's not my problem. Because you people are all getting all the favor, all the support from the family. You're getting all, when there's family parties, everyone gets invited, I get left out. When there's trips planned to go on houseboats, everyone is included, I get left out. When I come home, it's only my friends that show me a good time and that take me out. I have to beg for every little bit of money, every little bit of help. I said, this is not the way I want my life to go. This is not the way that I wanted things to go for my life. And I've done everything right. So if they're not accepting it, that's their problem, not mine. Because in front of my aunt, in their presence, they were told I had a choice in that psychiatric treatment. And my doctor stood by me. So what did they do? They put more pressure on me, more pressure, until my health finally broke. I mean, why is it that they get to coordinate everything with the police when I'm the one that's educated, I'm the one that's proven myself in this country, I'm the one that's got the Canada 150 certificate award? Why is it that they get all the support to do whatever they like with my life and to give me just enough money so that I stay in debt, so that I stay dependent? Why? Why wasn't it set up so that they give me money so that I come up into the black and so that they can't coordinate what's happening in my life? Why did they give my sister all that power and all that support? For what? So that she can say, can't she see that it's hurting us? Well, guess what? It happened to me. Guess who's hurting the most? Me. Guess who had to go and get counseling that I didn't have to get in the first place? Me. So that other people could feel better about their mistakes and their poor judgment and their poor decisions. It's very unfair to somebody like me. And my mother doesn't take things seriously. She makes a big joke out of it. Well, it's not a joke anymore. When I get accused of lying to the police and I've told the truth, that's not a joke. When I report things to Pearson Airport and they tell me, report it to the police, we are ordering you to report it, and then the police turn it round on me and say, we do not want you to report this because of the family, that is not fair to me. And what is happening to me, I can assure you, must be happening to thousands of other Indian women in this country. It's not right. And my mother's always been in that position of power because my uncles have always supported her in everything. Even when she got married, they came for her wedding when she remarried. When I invited my uncle from California for my graduation, for my spiritual direction, he didn't come. And he didn't even send me a message to say, Belinda, I'm sorry, I'm not going to come to your graduation, but sure, give the ticket to somebody else. Maybe you can invite your sister, or maybe you can invite somebody else. I chose the people that I invited. And what gratitude do they have? Nothing. They have no gratitude whatsoever. I get attacked every time I need some support, verbally. And then they go and they talk to my uncle's wife, then they go and make a big story out of it, and then I get into trouble. Stay out of my business. That's the message. And if you want to talk about my sister, talk about it and get her involved. Leave me out of it, because I'm sick of it. I've stood by my sister through everything, and what reward do I get? I get left out of family gatherings. My brother was here for a month. 1 month. They couldn't even have me over to be with the whole family. It was too much for them. And then I get all the crap. I get shit on. I get called into the police station for living my life and making good decisions. I've had enough of it. The same thing happens when I apply for jobs in the church, when I apply for jobs at Regis College, when I apply for jobs with the Archdiocese of Toronto. Oh, you don't have any experience working in the church. What more experience do you want me to get? I worked at U of T in the library. I helped with retreats at Regis College as a student. I help in the parish. What more do you people want me to do and to have? And don't you forget it. God sees everything. Don't you forget it. The same way my uncle told me, don't you forget it, I want them also to not forget it. Because it was in my presence that they were told that I didn't need the psychiatric assessment, that I had a choice. And as long as I could reach out when I needed help, everyone was fine with it. It was in my presence, they were told. It's not anybody else's life that's getting destroyed. It's my life, mine. Not my mother's, not my sister's, not my brother's, my life. They need to start showing me respect and treating me properly, because I've had enough of it. I've had enough of being treated like I'm an idiot. You have to take your car and drive it into the water and ruin the engine, go right ahead. Don't spoil it for everybody else around you. Oh, there's black ice. Oh, don't slip and fall. Ha ha ha, big joke. People fall and they break their wrists, they break their arms and legs falling on that black ice because you can't see it, just like I did when I worked at HSBC. But here, there's flood waters coming right up to your car doors and people are driving through it. How stupid do you have to be? People are stupid, that's the problem. Just like how when President Trump got shot, people were telling the police, there's somebody on the roof, he's got a gun. What's happening? Wake up. I'm tired of it. I've really had enough of it. And I hope to God I get a good paying job because I'm sick of living like this. I'm sick of every month I have to say, oh, can you help me with some money? Oh, can you please help me? Oh, please can you choose me for the promotions? What about me? What about my life? I'm sick of it. Even with written recommendations from Father Larry, I couldn't get a job in the church. Written recommendations for volunteering at St. Mike's, they didn't keep me on. Why? Because people know Eric Charbonneau and Eddie Farid and all these people, that's why. I've also been on boards. Eric is not the only one that's been on boards. I've also been on boards in this country and I've done it as somebody who has newly come into Canada. I've done it. So if they want to challenge me, I told them, set up a meeting and we'll talk about it because I am tired of it. I'm tired of people using me and then my mother gets upset and then I get into trouble. It's not my fault. If my mother needs counseling and my sister needs counseling and they have their own emotions, they should go and get it instead of taking it out on me. Because I've had enough of it and I'm tired of living like this, always being put back into low-paid jobs, sporadic work, never given a permanent job, never given the opportunity to travel, never given the pension. I'm tired of it. I have made very good decisions and I'm not Marcus's daughter. Marcus and Elise are not my parents. Neither are Louis and Julie. They are not my parents. My dad was Alex Fernandez and he passed away in 1977. And I'm sick of people saying, oh, if it was our children, we'd do it differently. Well, you know what? What goes around comes around. When the punishment comes, it will come on your children as well as everybody else. So you better start treating people properly. And you better stop having attitudes of superiority. I went to university to study because I needed the help. Some people are clever. They don't have to go to university. They're very good at learning on their own and getting things done. I needed that extra support and that extra help that my professors and my teachers and everybody gave me because I didn't have that capacity to do it on my own. I'm not like my mother. I don't make a joke of everything. I don't laugh at everything. I take things very seriously and I'm very serious-minded. And my life is not a joke. I'm not prepared to go to prison because other people won't tell people that I told the truth. And I won't stop telling people that I said no to Eddie Farid. It's not a joke. It's my life. And whoever is helping them to set up the calls and ruin my jobs and ruin my health, God is going to punish you. And I'm not joking about it because I don't deserve it. I am God's beloved. Just like every other spiritual director, I didn't get into that program of flying off lying off the seat of my pants, or telling people things that are inappropriate, or going around swearing and shouting or abusing people, or gypping people of their pay. That's not how I got into those programs, and I'm very ashamed of how this country has treated me. And so should everybody else be, because it's not a joke. Take life a little more seriously. Maybe things will change and get better for all of us, instead of making a big joke out of it and partying and carrying on like nothing is happening. Wake up. I read this poem, which is very beautiful, and I'd like to read it for you. It's from Benedictus, A Book of Blessings by John O'Donoghue. He's the author of Annam Cara, and he's an Irish author. For presence. Awaken to the mystery of being here and enter the quiet immensity of your own presence. Have joy and peace in the temple of your senses. Receive encouragement when new frontiers beckon. Respond to the call of your gift and the courage to follow its path. Let the flame of anger free you of all falsity. May anxiety never linger about you. May your outer dignity mirror an inner dignity of soul. Take time to celebrate the quiet miracles that seek no attention. Be consoled in the secret symmetry of your soul. May you experience each day as a gift, as a sacred gift, woven around the heart of wonder. That's the gift of presence, and that's the gift of my presence. And for all the family that deliberately excluded me, left me out, took their frustrations out on me, told me I am the problem, woke up in their 80s and all of a sudden realized, oh, you know what? She's actually a nice daughter. I hope you miss my presence. I hope you think about what you've done to me and how you've destroyed my life, including Credit Suisse. Because I can assure you, what Credit Suisse did to me, they have done to others. Because they have no conscience, because they do not care. They only care about their own families and putting their food on the table and having money in their bank account. I am not like them. And until the banks change their attitudes and change their ways, this is going to carry on happening. It's my presence that changed things, and everybody damn well knows it. So wake up and treat me like the spiritual director. Don't treat me like I'm a 5-year-old that you have to call the security guards to check on me. If you have problems, psychological problems, and you get worried, that's your problem. If you can't pick up the phone and talk to me and visit me and treat me like a human being and an adult, that's your problem, not mine.